Good morning. I'm going to be showing you guys how to take an export out of Credit Repair Cloud and put all of your clients into Metro 2 Academy. So what you're going to do is you're going to log into Credit Repair Cloud, and you're going to show your full list of clients here. I have sorted out and filtered so that we're only seeing some generic test clients. And what you're going to do is you're going to click Export CSV. It is a download, and so once you do that, you're going to need to open up that file. So mine here, and if you right-click, I would open it up with Excel unless I'm on a Mac, so you might want to work with numbers, but I personally just still like Excel better than Mac's version. So once you open that up, you're going to see a full download of all of your clients, not just what you have shown here. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to get that together for you. So once you export and you open up your Excel file, this is what it's going to look like. This is literally a full extract of your clients. And I did go in here and add some emails just because I'm going to need those when I import back in. And so then what you're going to is open up Metro 2. So give me just 1 second. I'm going to grab that. So once in Metro 2, you are going to click this download template. And again, this is just going to download a file. It should be empty. And then what we're going to do is we're going to transfer our data from the our export that we took out of Credit Repair Cloud and put it into the template out of Metro 2. So once you have the template open, that's right here. You can see it, it's completely blank because what we're doing is we're literally going to be telling Metro 2 to take these clients, and we're going to put this information on the spreadsheet, and then we're going to tell Metro 2 to import these and create these files automatically without having to manually plug in this information. So what you're going to do is you're going to take the first name column here. I'm going to bold these so that we can see them a little bit better. And I'm going to just copy, it's going a little slow, the information here. And then the same thing with the last name. Okay. And then you're going to take the address, city, state, zip. I'm going to just make this easy. Hold on. There we go. And then we're going to take the date of birth here. You're literally just going to copy and paste all of this information in. You do need to fill in some of this information, and I think this needs to be like 6 characters with a number. I think we'll find out if we try to import and it's not correct, it will absolutely let us know. You're going to fill in if you use Identity IQ or Smart Credit, whatever it is that you use. This seems to be faster. Go here. Okay, so now here what's going to happen is Metro 2 requests just the street number, not the full address. So over here, if I make this column bigger, you can see that it has the street number along with the street name. I'm going to do some Excel work here using some formulas to get this information separated into columns. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight these and go to data, and then I'm going to do text to columns. Actually, I'm going to copy this first and put it down here. And then I'm going to do text to columns. I'm going to say delimited. And instead of using tab, I'm going to say space. What I'm telling the system is that anytime there's a space in between anything in these cells, to put that information into its own cell. So 1, 2, 3 will be in its own cell, main will be in its own cell, and street will be in its own cell. And the reason being is because there's a space between 3 and M and a space between N and S. So I'm going to click next, and then I'm just going to say general. And so what it did is it pulled out these values for me so that I can come over here and just paste the street number. If you have just a couple clients, this probably isn't going to be the easiest route for you. But, if you have upwards of, 30, 40 clients, this is probably going to be faster for you because you can do this all fairly quickly. So now the street name. So what we need to do is basically put this information back together. And how I'm going to do that is by using another formula. If we come up here to this formula button, I'm going to make sure your cursor here is in this cell here next to the column with the last data. So I'm going to click here and I'm going to click this FX, which stands for function. And I'm going to use concatenate. I'm going to double click and it's saying, what do you want to put back together? You are going to piece this information back together. So text 1 is going to be this column. You're going to have to put a space. So literally click in text 2 and hit the space bar and then do plus street. Oops, see here, I didn't keep my space. So I need to go down text 3 and street. And then I'm going to add another space here. And then in text 5, do this one because there's this column is filled out down farther below. So I'm going to click done and notice it did Main Street. I'm going to drag and then here we are. It put the street name back together for me. So I'm going to copy this. Now, when you paste it, if you just do paste, notice it did these columns. So you can't just do regular paste here. You have to do paste special and values. So that way, this is no longer a formula. If you just do Control V or paste, you're pasting the formula, this formula, and you're not actually pasting the values, okay? So I'm done with this data. I'm going to delete it. And then I'm going to take the city and the state and the zip and copy this in. Oh, I'm sorry, just the city and the state. Okay. Here's where you're going to fill in the address that you're using for your credit bureau monitoring. So I'm going to go and I just usually pull the address. I'm just going to copy and paste that in here. Well, hold on. Okay. And so then here is the last 4 of their social and then their name. So we need their name here to be first and last name. So I'm going to go back over here and I'm going to take this data and I'm actually going to do the exact same thing that that I did with the address. I'm going to put this information and it's in a cell together. So I'm going to go up here to my function, concatenate. Text 1 is going to be test space. Text 2 or text 3 is that. Done. Hold on. Oh, okay, hold on. Text 1 is this, space, there, done. Oh, see here, I forgot to put my space. Did you see what happened? It put the test client together. There we go. I'm gonna drag this down, copy it, and then don't forget to do paste special values. Okay. And then again, just type in whoever it is that you use for monitoring. And then your username for your client, if you have that. I'm just going to put in test here. Let's see, is this information up in our export? I think that it is. I just don't think that I have it filled in. That might be pieces of information that you're going to have to plug in. It's been almost a year since I did this with my full list of clients. So I think that you're going to have to actually fill that part in as you go. But if you know it, put it in. If not, you can do it, I guess, as you go. And then the password, I'm just going to do the same thing, test. Okay. So then what you're going to do is you're going to save this file. And I'm just going to say M2C import. And I've already done this the other day and my microphone went out, so I'm going to replace it. So I had to redo the video. Okay, so now that I've done that, I'm going to go to Metro 2 and then you're going to click import. And after you click import, you're going to click on choose file. Then you're going to select your import spreadsheet that you just created. So I'm going to click Open. And then we're going to click Process CSV. And it's going to let us know if there were any problems with our spreadsheet. So it's letting me know that in row number 2, that the credit repair company must be at least 6 characters. So I'm going to credit repair company password. So here is what it's talking about. So I'm going to make this testing, and I'm going to save this, and I'm going to come back in and I'm going to import it again. And so once I found my spreadsheet, I'm going to double click it again or open it, and then I'm going to process CSV one last time. And so now it's telling me another error that my email already exists. Again, these are just test clients, so I probably have done this before and just didn't take out that test. So let me find my client, row number 3, that has the email, and let me change that email. Okay, so there we go. I've changed that email. And so now that I have that email saved, I am going to save the spreadsheet. I'm going to go back. I'm going to import one last. So I've selected choose file, and now here is my import. So I'm going to open this and then process this. And so same thing with row 2. It's telling me that that email already exists as well. So I'm actually just going to change all of those in that spreadsheet, and then we'll try importing one more time. Okay, I'm just saving that file. I am going to import. Okay, so let's find my import file. There it is. I'm going to process it. And so basically what it's telling me is that the client has been saved. So I just imported these clients here. Now, the biggest part that you're going to run into is honestly messing with this information. If you have no clients in Metro 2, you should be fine, because you're not going to run into these problems. But I've imported a few different times making videos, so that's why I was running into some problems. You're just going to want to make sure that all your information is filled in here correctly, and you will still need to manually import and upload documents that you have, so such as like driver's license and proof of residency, those kinds of things. And then you're going to need to go back in here and fill in the client name. But I feel like that's something very simple that you can do once you have most of the information filled in. So I could just type this in, and that is all I'll need to do versus filling in all of this information. So that is how you take information out of Credit Repair Cloud and import it into Metro 2. Thank you.